President Donald Trump's new wave of tariffs on U.S. imports went into effect, raising them to levels not seen in nearly a century. But what does this mean for your wallet?
Maribel Gonzalez joins us now to break down what goods could be impacted and by how much. Good afternoon, Maribel.
Good afternoon, Joe and Brenda. Well, these new levies raised the U.S.'s effective tax rate above 17%, and they amount to the highest tariffs the U.S. has imposed since 1933. The president says these tariff hikes will boost our investment here in the U.S. and encourage Americans to buy more American-made goods.
President Donald Trump placed higher tariffs again on just about every country in the world.
You either partner with us or you compete with us and face tariffs.
Before today, virtually every country's goods were subject to a minimum 10% tariff. Now, about 40 countries with which the U.S. runs a trade deficit will face a 15% rate. Some, like Brazil, will even be hit with steeper rates. While Trump says tariffs will not lead to higher prices, experts say items that you come across on a daily basis, from electronics to clothing, watches to alcohol, and even toys, will now probably cost you more.
This is the largest tax increase on U.S. consumers in 3 generations.
The tariffs on Canadian goods start at a minimum of 35%, unless they are compliant with the terms of the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement, in which case they face no tariffs. Still, Canadian officials say the U.S.'s northern neighbor is set to ramp up trade with other partners.
He's probably the most disliked politician in the world in Canada, because he's attacked his closest family member.
With trade policy nearing a turning point, the U.S. Treasury Secretary said that the Trump administration is now focused on addressing the cost of living.
We're going to be looking at what we can do for housing, for student loans, for overall, because there is an affordability crisis.
Now, another sector impacted by this new round of tariffs, the U.S. stock market. It opened higher for the second day in a row today, but both the Dow and S&P 500 quickly dipped into the red.
Maribel, how does the U.S. say the country will benefit from these sweeping new tariffs?
Yeah, so Brenda, the U.S. government has collected nearly $30 billion in tariff revenue last month, and then $100 billion since April. That is according to the Treasury Department. The Commerce Secretary of the country said that the U.S. could soon generate as much as $50 billion per month in tariff revenues as these new levies begin to take effect worldwide.
Great insight from Maribel Gonzalez reporting live for us this afternoon. Appreciate your time.